Stella Eclavie on Saturday is a horse that always showed you promise, is now starting to deliver.
Yeah, he actually ran a belter of a last race. Unfortunately, I just thought the 1400 was a little bit too far in his last start. He was competitive until about the 150, and then at the 150 he just started to get reeled in. So I think with the shortening and trip to the 1200, I think he'll suit him to the T, and I think he'll be a very hard horse to beat on Saturday.
Marvellous. Simply Magic is really what racing's all about. And what are you expecting in the second of the afternoon?
Simply Magic also ran a very, very good race in her last start. Unfortunately, we didn't quite have the draw in our last run, 1200 around the turn. I think we were drawn 12 of 12, if I'm correct. She made up a lot of ground from 600 to finish, only getting beat a length and a half, I believe. So I think down the straight with Cabela on the back, second run after arrest, I think she's improved tremendously from them. And she also is in a tough field with the likes of Alex Horse. I think there's a horse for Johan in there, yes. And there's also a horse for Sean, I believe. So, there is some competitive horses in the race that you've got to watch out for. But off of how my filly ran in her last start and the ground that she made from a bad draw, I'm expecting her to also be in the first three.
We drew a line straight through the run in the Charity Mile for the horse Irish Tractor that you have a very high regard for, and he's accompanied by Gallic Tribe. So you have two very strong hands in this race.
Yeah, actually, I think I've got a very good chance of winning this race, Bond, to be honest. Irish Tractor's, I believe still, if he had got a draw during Charity Mile, I think he wins it, to be very honest. So he didn't get a run, didn't have the draw, got interfered with, and he still ran on crackingly to run, I think, 4 or 5 lengths behind the winner. So I think going off of that, coming into the Grand Heritage, I think he's a massive runner in the race. Obviously, there are the likes of Johan's horse Out of the Darkness and Crawford for Spies, and then on top of that, there's also Dice, which if he sees the trip, I think will also be a very competitive horse in the race. But in saying that, I think Irish Tractor's at a level where he can start to run in feature races and be competitive, and I think 1475 is more suited to him than the mile. So I think he's definitely a horse to watch in the race, and I think at 8-1 you'll get your money's worth on it.
Yeah, always nice to be able to back a horse to win and cover your stake with a place. And the same can be said of Gallic Tribe, who's even a bigger price.
Yeah, I think Gallic's 16-1 right now, if I'm correct. But he's also a horse that, he's as honest as can be. He's a big front-running galloper, so even though we're drawn down the inside, I'm not too concerned. I don't think this horse will find any trouble. 53 kilos on the back, massive difference, and must be respected. I mean, this is a horse that's run 5 lengths in front of the likes of Jaimala, who's a horse that was supposed to be running in the Summer Cup. So I think if you follow his form line, he must also be a respected horse with the weight that he's got on his back.